We look in the mirror and we got to go, oh, my tooth, my left eye tooth is a cunt hair away from the other one. So who cares? Accept
tooth number
it.
22.
Yeah, you can't. If you know the numbers of your teeth, there's a problem. Oh, f*** you. Hey, everybody. It's your old pal, Lisa Lampanelli. Oh, my God. Welcome back to Shrink This. We have a very unspecial episode with someone who I don't think much of, and I was like, well, sometimes you gotta throw a guy a bone. You gotta throw him a pity fuck in the form of a podcast. So I have my good friend. Just kidding. No, not the friend part. I'm like really friends with you. I'm invited to everything you do, which is nothing. My good friend Beau McDowell's here. Beau, say hello.
Hello. How we doing?
Beau, oh no, don't be a Nick. I swear to God, I will fucking kill you.
I had to do a Nick soundbite.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Beau, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me at Beau McDowell Comedy.
What?
Beau McDowell Comedy.
I thought you said, because it sounded like you said Beau McDowell of comedy. No, Sir Beau McDowell of comedy. And trust me, if you've seen his comedy, it ain't much comedy. It ain't that funny. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
This video thing you do, look, I'm no fan of watching funny shit because I'm so funny I can't be bothered with the rest. But this TikTok shit you do took off.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's from going to meetings like when I was like first getting sober, and just like the shit you like make each other laugh with in the meeting, because it's like, listen, AA is a pretty easy room to get a laugh because everybody's.
I like how you decided instead of playing comedy clubs, I'm going to play AA.
Yeah, hey, you got a lot of time. You can. There's one every hour, right?
There is. That's what's wild. I always I won't pretend to understand addiction. I sort of know basics about it, just having dealt with codependency and food stuff. But boy, I always feel like you guys in AA are pretty lucky that there's resources and free.
Oh, dude, constant. And like the funniest things I've heard in my life, a lot of them come out of a meeting because it's not intentional. Like stand up, it's always a guy and he's my fucking,
Did you ever hear about?
I've been working up and down the coast, folks.
It's like, no, you haven't. By the way.
Exactly. But it's like when you're sitting in a meeting and some guy's just being really honest. It's like our buddy Andrew Ginsberg when we first met him, and he's like talking about his marriage, and you're like, dude, I love the honesty. It makes you fucking laugh.
Yeah.
And like the same shit with me. It's like when we talk about like shit that we do that's fucking stupid, like me eating the pizza at
Beau, but we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Beau not only got sober years ago, he loved to transfer addictions.
Oh, big time.
Gained like 500 pounds, was as misshapen as you could imagine Nick, but 3 times the size.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure it went to other areas, possibly gambling, other things. We'll get into that.
Oh, sure.
So that happens.
Yeah.
But realness is always funny.
Always.
When it comes to those meetings and things.
Yeah.
I once brought a tape, not a tape recorder, but I hit record during a share of mine once at a Codependence Anonymous meeting because I was like, I bet there's material here.
Oh, dude.
I didn't tape anybody else. Like that would be super immoral.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to tape my share. I bet I'm kind of storytelling class.
Well, you also can't help it. Like if someone's like, hey, you get 5 minutes to talk, you're like, I
got a tight five.
I got a few things I'm going to neck in there, And
my friend Tracy, who goes to a lot of Al-Anon, she'd call me and she's so funny. She's from Staten Island. She goes, Luce, I killed that Al-Anon today. And part of me thinks that's good, but are you supposed to kill?
Yeah, that's not why we're there.
Yeah. I think the first thing is to not be whatever you're going there to not be.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, that's a fine line. Like I remember like my first couple of years, like literally going to meetings and like looking at whatever we were reading and being like, all right, I can probably get a few. Like I got a punchline here, punchline there. And then after a meeting one day, this guy was like, hey man, everyone likes you. They all think you're super funny.
Right.
And it's great because like, you're going to die. And like, this is about your life.
Wow.
And like, it's cool that everyone thinks you're funny, but like, you're probably not going to survive doing you're doing.
And you immediately respond was, wait.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. You think I'm funny?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, but dude, that wasn't the point. No, wait. So what did you like that I did up there? It's like comics are so mental.
Exactly. Which line was it? Because I've been working on that.
Yeah, I'm workshopping it a little bit. I even went to Heroin Anonymous. What is it? Oh, NA, Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah, everyone's got to have their own thing.
Yeah, we have to. Well, there's lots of them, which I fully love.
Dude, yeah.
Straighten out one thing before we go further.
Yeah.
Okay. Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, all the ones.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be anonymous, and it's not supposed to be self-promoting. In other words, you're not supposed to go on, say, a podcast on iHeart and say the words, I go to AA.
Yeah.
So do people do that anymore? Do they respect that, or do they just say, I'm in the program? Like, are they vague?
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, when I remember people being like really harsh about it to the point where they're like, they would see people like posting their coin on Instagram. Right.
And by the way, for those of you who aren't drunk and fall down douchebags who had a life and parents who loved you and didn't give you Bloody Marys to wake you up, a coin is something you would get if you reached a month of sobriety, a day. Sometimes we have such low standards, it's one day of sobriety.
They do hours maybe some places.
Yeah, so you get a little coin. But I did notice the coins. They're real shitty at first.
Oh, yeah.
So 1 hour coins like plastic, looks from the worst casino in the Midwest. But then they get to be where they're like brass and beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And so anyway, so people would post their coins, and would people get pissed off?
Yeah, well, people would be like, oh, you're breaking, anonymity. Like, that's breaking AA tradition, NA tradition. And it's like, yeah. The fear there is that someone's going to post their coin or their talk about their sobriety, and then people will start to follow that person and be like, oh, the AA works because of Beau McDowell. Right.
Well, no one would ever accuse you helping
which is why
anything.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. And then if obviously something happens where, a guy goes out and drinks a bunch of booze after building this, like a Mark Maron would be a good example. Like everyone kind of knows he goes to AA.
Wow,
right?
I didn't till now, but thanks.
Well, good. I'm breaking it.
Okay,
but,
cool.
No, but
But he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't make himself the higher power.
Right. No, he doesn't. And it's like if he ends up having some struggles and has a relapse or something, it's on the public to be like, okay, well, that's not AA's fault.
Right.
Like he this is something that happens in the journey of an alcoholic.
Right.
Right. And it shouldn't disprove AA being a good thing.
Right.
Right. Just because that happens. So it's, for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to promote AA or even me in that way. It's just like, yeah, man, this is what I've been through, and if you need help, don't call me. Go figure it out.
Meeting.
Yeah.
So if someone was to call you for help, you'd be like, here's a list of meetings. You wouldn't say, I'll get on the phone with you or I'll talk to you or whatever, unless you sponsor them.
Right. And this is, when I was new in recovery, I was like, hey, give me a call, I'll straighten you out. Because
it's ego.
Yeah, dude, you get the big ego hit of oh, they're calling me, I'm helping all these people, I'm pretty much, smartest guy, helpful.
Ever, who lived, ruggedly handsome, yet
much,
obese.
Yeah, the Christ.
Yeah, and I like this. There's a podcast called, it's a really big podcast called Sounds Like a Cult. Yeah. And every time they do an episode, it's about something that has a little culty vibe. So, or is it, and at the end they vote, is it actually a cult? So if they'll do Starbucks, Stanley Cups, anything. And they did a 12-step one, and it has very few culty qualities.
Yeah.
But AA could tip into culty if they start worshiping the person instead of the program, or even having any sort of worship at all.
Yeah, well, that was my beef with a Russell Brand, where he wrote his own book.
Well, that's your only beef with Russel Brand? The rapes didn't help?
Well, when we're talking about this, I didn't
pre-rape?
Yeah, pre-rape.
Okay.
But he wrote a book, and he was he rewrote all of the steps.
Oh, he's such an
asshole. And they were like, hey, man, it doesn't take, that's not smart.
Right.
To be like, step one, unfuck yourself. You're like, oh, it's genius.
Wow.
Like he basically just reworded a bunch of shit and then was like, yeah, you can follow me now. And it's like, well, that's fucked up. Like you got help from a thing and now you're trying to become the thing. Like that's a serious God complex.
Yep.
And you're a scumbag.
Right.
So like shit like that really bothers me. And that's where I think the tradition can really get broken, is when people start to put themselves above the thing that helped them.
Right.
And I know I would never do that, but I'm more like, if someone calls, like there is that ego hit and you do want to be like,
I'll help out. I'll help you out.
I got some ideas for you, and like you don't really know. Like the longer I'm sober, the more I realize I don't really know shit. And so many people are dealing with so many, like everybody's experience is very like it's the same, but also like they're dealing with a set of circumstances and mental shit that like I can't always. I'm not like I'm not licensed.
Well, that's the thing too.
I don't know shit.
I didn't know there were effed up people in those meetings until a friend of mine told me her nephew started going to AA, and he has severe mental issues. And she goes, oh, my God, someone punched him out at the meeting. And I'm like, oh, my God, what happened? And she told me he just pushed a guy too far after a meeting, trying to talk to him and talking shit. And I'm like, oh, so AA guys are human who can beat someone up in a meeting?
Oh, big time.
I mean, then I asked you, and you're like, oh, yeah, that stuff happens. So it's not all these perfect souls.
It's also not a very well organized thing, right? It's like you're going to a church, and there's a room that a guy rented and was like, we're going to have a meeting here.
Yeah.
And it's like whoever saw it on a schedule online and going like, all right, I'll show up, can just walk in.
Right.
So you don't know who's going to be there. Right. Also, there's people there that are like, I'm an alcoholic, but it turns out they're just super mentally ill.
Right.
And they're dealing, or they're just in a really weird place in their life or their marriage, or they're just falling off the deep end in all different ways. Mm-hmm. So you don't really know what anyone's going through. So it's best to just be like, hey man, if the literature speaks to you, like I can try to walk you through that.
Right.
But like if you need like help, like we're gonna get a doctor involved. We're gonna get people that like know things on that level. Because I'm just a guy who like doesn't drink, alcohol anymore. I'm not.
So that's really what you have to offer is your experience.
Yeah, that's all we get. To be able to help. I mean, there's people that go into more like sober coaching and they can get licensed in things, and like I think that's great.
Right.
But for most people, it's just like, I don't drink anymore, and I'll tell you about my experience.
So sharing the story is the big deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's what helped me. I didn't have somebody sit down and go like, you need to take all these medications and figure it. They were just like, hey, I stopped fucking, paying attention to every feeling I have and like getting, going off the handle all the time, and just started living a simpler life and showing up and doing simple things.
Right.
And like accepting that like I don't need to feel good all of the time, and like there's going to be large periods of time where I might not feel good, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And like we're going to get through it. And like I think that's really a lot of what I love early sobriety, because there's so few times in your life where the deck is cleared. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, all right, I have one thing I need to do. It's stay sober.
Yeah.
Show up.
It's your only task.
Yeah, it's it, dude.
Yeah.
And like call a guy and go, all right, I stayed sober at the end of the day. And that's like it. And it's like, yeah, you get fired, you could, your girl could leave you, all types of shit could happen, but like this is really the only thing that matters. And everything else is just noise around that thing, because everything you've collected in your life up to that point is pretty much on the table to get thrown out.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking drunk. And let's be real. Like, what did you know what I mean? Like, did you really, not to say like every marriage, but like there's a lot of people I know who, when they got to AA, the person they were dating wasn't such a great influence.
You think?
You know why? Because they were fucking drunk when they chose them,
Or they were somebody who had to rescue them.
100%.
They had to be the fixer.
Exactly.
Which I always sort of did the fixer role with guys of like, why is he smoking pot from morning till night? I can fix this. I remember I told the guy to flush the whole thing, or I was breaking up with him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that worked out great.
Right. Yeah.
He did flush the whole thing, but I was like, I guess that didn't fix it, because you can, guess what? Get more.
Yes.
So I think it's also just you're going to be in that first year on that, what they call that pink cloud, which is the best because you're just like, oh, this feels so good. I see life through new eyes.
Right. And like, honestly, I miss that shit. Because like life gets hard and there's just like, I'm married now and you know how that goes. And it's just like, no, but it's just like life just picks up and then you're like, you know, you become accustomed to the fact that like alcohol isn't a part of my life.
Yeah.
You know, you go like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that day in, day out, you know, but you start dealing with other things day in, day out. You start dealing with other fears and worries and your life gets bigger and, you know, you have great blessings that, you know, but like at the same time, it's nice to like look back and go like, man, remember when it was just
so
like
simple.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I used to go pick up a buddy of mine he was living in a homeless shelter, and I would go pick him up every day after work, and we would go to a meeting, and we would like go eat something at a diner, and then go home. I did that every day.
You know what that's like? Open mics.
Dude, yeah,
aren't 100%. Open mics
very
the best?
Similar. Very similar. Absolutely.
It's just like a bunch of homeless dudes doing 5 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And
I would
that's
suggest the open mics are more hopeless, if anything.
Oh, guaranteed, because they think they have talent. Oh, my God. But no, those like the early days of anything is so much fun. Yeah. It's simple. That's all you're thinking about.
Right. It's the thing you really like fall in love with about it is that like you're going to see these little improvements and it's exciting. And then once you're expected to have something figured out and you're expected to like have your life moving in a certain direction, then you start to get that anxiety and that fear and all that stuff. And then you gotta, you know, go. That's why they say just keep working it, man. Because it's like more shit you get in your life, the more you have to like give back and go like, okay, what am I still afraid of? You know, what am I still taking for granted and just being a dick about? You know, what am I not giving up?
Speaking of taken for granted, Celia's here. We take her for granted. We ramble for 20 minutes and don't even introduce her. But Beau, you're shockingly fascinating.
Oh.
Honestly, I know you. I see you at least once a week at the diner.
Yes.
I don't find you that compelling, but now I do because you're focused. You're concentrating.
Yes.
So we almost missed Celia. Say hello, Celia.
Hi.
Celia needs to go get her teeth cleaned.
Yes.
I noticed they were dirty, so she has to go soon.
I don't even think I need to because like somebody last week told me that I had pearly whites.
So
no,
you do. So, well, the
Really?
reason you have pearly white teeth is because you go every 6 months for cleaning and you're not like some crazy person who never goes.
Yeah, but I'm not good about the alignment of my teeth. I need Invisalign.
Oh, then they get them.
But I don't want
You
it.
don't really want them.
I get really bad migraines, and to me, that's not worth a migraine. Migraines, I'd rather pass away than have a migraine.
Well, I fully think you should not get it then.
I know.
And lurk on the acceptance of your uneven choppers.
I don't hate them. They're just
they're not
a
terrible.
little
Yeah,
spaced
decent
out.
teeth.
Yeah, there's
You know what's wrong with her? She has to pick on herself.
Yeah.
They always, you know what these girls, I used to have a friend who'd go, his sister would always want to do something different with her hair.
Yeah,
And you go,
yeah.
well, you got to mess with yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Women, we're too critical. We look in the mirror and we got to go, oh, my tooth, my left eye tooth is a cunt hair away from the other one. So who cares? Accept
number
it.
22.
Yeah, you can't. If you know the numbers of your teeth, there's a problem.
Yeah.
But Celia, where can people find you, bitch?
My
I know.
Instagram.
Celia __ semicolon mother's cunt.
Romano.
Okay, no, what is it just that?
Celia _ Romano is my name.
She's in a good mood today.
Wait, I actually am. I really am. I took like a new prescription that I have yesterday, and I think it's really messed with me.
Wait, for mental illness or for like crabs? What
mental.
was it for?
I don't know. I think
Which med is it?
Buspar.
What's that supposed to work on? I'll tell you if it's working today.
I don't know.
Well, why are you just taking things that you don't know?
I know. It's like I don't know. I think it's a supplement to my SSRI, and I don't like it.
Who told you to take it?
My psychiatrist.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
who knows what you internet kids, you might read on a wellness
Oh
site.
no. I would never.
Okay.
But I think it's not my friend.
Could we give it a minute to work?
I don't want to feel like this ever again.
Okay.
I feel
No wonder
like,
you're so pleasant today.
No, I feel like I'm just really hungover, and I'm not.
Oh, that's bad.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I woke up extra nauseous and like headache and as if I didn't sleep at all, and I didn't sleep much, but I feel like I'm restless.
Did you call the shrink?
No, I'm gonna call him after the dentist.
Okay, well that's
I've
good.
I've got a book of things.
I was just gonna say you got the ducks
sort
in a row.
myself out because this is not right.
But are you on these mental health drugs?
No.
Have you ever?
Oh yeah, they pushed them my way. I took them when I was young, which is the best time to start messing with your mind. And yeah, they.
Oh, were you being sarcastic?
I don't think
he actually needed them.
I've been on my SSRI since 6th grade.
Trust me, no one's taking you off those ever.
No,
you'll be
I don't
buried
think so.
in a coffin, gripped tightly to the fucking bottle.
Exactly.
The orange bottle is her best friend.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Well,
multiple orange bottles.
I assumed.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, listen. I think if you need it, you need it. I think that sometimes things get a little overprescribed these days.
I agree.
Would be my thing, but
yeah, because that was your circumstance.
Yeah, but my circumstance was like doctors were like, "Hey, what about this? Well, I had a pharmaceutical rep in the other day. He's got this. Why don't we throw this in there?"
Did they even? Is it just because you were hyperactive or something? Like
I was just a shitty kid. I was very I was always in trouble, always out, doing drugs and getting high and drinking and like bad at school. And, I had parents that wanted not that to be the case, right? And they were like, well, maybe we take him to a shrink or whatever. And then the shrink goes, yeah, this kid just like doesn't have any interest in like participating in the life that his parents want for him.
Right.
Maybe if we give him some drugs, like it'll like make him able to do it. And then it didn't. It was the opposite effect. It was like more drugs I took, the more I spun out, the more uncomfortable I was, and like. So I had a lot of friends that were all on like all the ADD meds and Klonopin and Xanax and all that shit. And
Klonopin is my bestie.
Yeah.
I think if you need it, you need it. Like we have a good friend who's on for depression. I think it's fantastic. I love that medication is so accepted now. Yeah. But also like it sucks that you had the experience of like, oh, maybe it's something else that I need and not this, and maybe it's not. Having the life your parents wanted for you. Right.
Yeah. And the older I got and the more I talked to more doctors and talked to better doctors, the more like I remember sitting down with a shrink one time and I was like, what are we fixing? And he was like, just like moodiness. And I was like, well, I don't fucking need to pay you for that. And I'm
you're
okay.
You're like hormonal at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like every boy or girl who goes through puberty becomes a mental patient.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember once I filmed a TV special, and it was like the height of my career, so it was the HBO special, and I was super sad 2 days later.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I have a depression. Oh my God. And I'm 40 something years old and it never dawned. And I'm like, no, you're just sad. It's over.
Right.
So you just feeling the feelings is so hard that sometimes I jumped to the quick fix, went on Wellbutrin, and I was like, well, I don't need it. Yeah. It's fine.
Dude. And I think about the things that I was, I had such anxiety when I was a kid. And then I think about like what I was doing, and I'm like, yeah, that would give me anxiety. You know what I mean? Like,
just stop doing that thing.
Yeah, I was driving in here, and I passed by Terminal 5, that club over there, and I was like, oh shit, man! When I was 17, I took too much acid, and I was running around here, and I was like. Oh yeah, that's that's why you have anxiety is because like every weekend is like let's see what we can put on down our throat to go crazy, So it's like you can't. It's hard to treat mental health when there's an active addiction or just active craziness happening. So like that's what I ended up getting with doctors. It's like, hey man, let's get off the drugs and the alcohol. We'll get a baseline and then we'll decide if you need to be medicated. And once I got there, they were like, no, you're just, you're pissed a lot of time and you're a dick sometimes and whatever, but like you're not mentally, you don't need like drugs.
Wow, pissed and a dick. That's like a really good assessment of you.
Yes, yeah. That's where I'm at these days.
Has your ever since you stopped? How many years ago did you stop?
9 years.
Okay, so have you worked on your being angry or your dicky qualities?
Oh, I've gotten better. Yeah, like the thing is like you go like this, right? So like when I first got sober and was really working hard on it. Like I was much more agreeable and kind, and like I didn't have as much of an edge because I was just like, okay, like I'm really getting into the spirituality. And then, as other, life starts to pick up, like you might lose some of that spirituality. All of a sudden you get that edge again.
Yep.
You start being a dick. And then, and now it's like I have a lot going on in my life. I'm newly married and I have a lot of stress, and I'm going like, okay, I'm not as good as I'd like to be right now, but I'm not causing abuse or doing anything horrible. I know like what my baseline is and what I can be.
Right.
And I think that's where, it's just a lifetime of work.
So what's that a signal to do?
It's a signal to, focus on gratitude.
Drink.
Yeah, get the booze out.
Get the cocaine.
No, but just to like, you got to slow down and just be blessed for what you have right now. And know that like the people around you are not trying to actively get in your way, right? And like you're not entitled to everything working out.
Oh
like,
God, I know entitlement's the worst.
Dude, I'm the most. Yeah, I'm
You
the worst.
can get a little white boy sometimes.
Oh yeah. It's bad.
Yeah.
And I grew up around a bunch of white kids with money.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of white kids with money get drunk and lose their life or whatever. And then I saw them come back and get sober, and I was like, oh, it's so hard for those people to get sober because they're such miserable fucking assholes who expect
everything to work. Yes.
And it's like, well, I don't understand. Are you saying that my life for the next few years is going to suck? It's like, yeah. Well, because you ruined it. Like you actively ruined your life, and now you're like weirded out that like it has to be hard.
Yeah.
Like why am I not landing in this soft, fluffy place? It's like, well, because you have been for the last 10 years and the money's running out.
Yeah.
And
And they have to get comfortable with not being comfortable.
Yeah.
Because getting sober, I would imagine it's super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And somebody, AA or any of those programs doesn't just hand you something.
No.
You got to show up and do the work.
No.
So they, for the first time in their lives, have to go, oh, I don't like feeling this.
Right. And there's no mommy and daddy that can just walk in and take it away for me.
Right.
And there's nothing I can take. And that's one of the benefits of like programs and like hitting a bottom is like once you hit that point, if you try to go out and drink or do drugs, like it doesn't work anymore. Like you're always thinking about the problem. Like I remember doing like lines of blow and like drinking with a buddy of mine, and like the whole time I'm like, dude, AA works. Like explaining, like being like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like this is like a really good program, and there's 12 steps, and I don't want to get too into it, but
Oh
you're
my
gonna,
God,
and
yes.
because like it's the only thing I can think about because I'm actively doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing. It's making me miserable. And I know that there's this light on the other side, and I can't so I'm just gonna.
Yeah. How many times did you go in and out?
Oh, constantly. Like, I was the guy who like would go to the meeting and then go to the liquor store after the meeting.
Right.
So like there was like months and there were a couple of years where I was going to meetings, but like just unable to catch any time. And I had a buddy that it was like my age. And we would always show up to the meeting, and I'd be like 2 days, and he'd be like 1 day, and I'd be like, nice, dude.
Wow.
And this was every week. Like me and him were just always showing up at that same time, like just being like, yeah, we fucking drank again, and never together. Which I was always like, hey, why don't we just,
Yeah.
And he was like, nah.
That would seem dirty and wrong.
Right? Yeah. It's
Oh
like let's
my
do
God.
this alone, and really be miserable,
Right.
But like, that's just how it was until I was really ready to just be like, dude.
And sometimes from what I hear, a bottom doesn't look dramatic.
No.
It's not usually like, oh, I was in the bathtub about to, slit my wrist and then whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I can't drink again. It's like, no. Sometimes it's just like, oh, this is just too much.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be as simple as like, your mom calling and you're like, oh, geez, I can't, like, this is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can hit it at any moment.
Right.
Like, it's just the only difference between a bottom and just a regular day is that you recognize that this is a fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, you can find a bottom in many years of my life.
Yeah.
You can go like, that's
like
bad.
way more
That's
dramatic
really
than what
bad.
your bottom was. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but it's the only thing that makes it the bottom is like, oh, yeah, this is over.
Wow. So for you, the last time, so 9 years ago, you were like, yeah, this is over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you didn't relapse except in your dumb, listen how stupid he is. He didn't, what he says it's not a relapse, but his friends joke about it.
Yeah.
That you what?
I was using CBD which is, if you don't know, it's like a you know what CBD is.
Non-what?
She knows
a non-what?
It's like a non-narcotic version of marijuana.
Okay.
So it's like what you would take to get the like medicinal effects of marijuana, but not actually be high.
Okay.
So I was taking that to sleep because it was COVID and I couldn't sleep.
Right.
And I was like, it was like early. I was out of my mind. I was just freaking out about stuff, and I mean, I think everyone was a little
nervous.
And I was like,
edge.
I was nervous about going to a doctor, and I was like, I can't sleep. I literally went like weeks where I was just not sleeping.
Right.
And I was, if you're like that, you're out of your fucking mind.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna get some CBD and just try and sleep, and it actually worked. But then, like, I didn't tell my sponsor about it. I was like,
so you knew it was a little shady.
Yeah, I was like, what am I doing? And then I called him, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. And he's like, it's not great, man.
So how many years ago was that?
That was
2019?
5 years ago.
So you have 5 years sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. So quit saying 9.
CBD counts as breaking, because like.
Well, this is the problem.
It does in the strictest sense, yes.
Yeah. So, like, I would go to meetings and then I'd be like, I got a few days, right? And then they'd be like, well, what happened? Because all these people knew me for years.
Oh, so you did bounce it back.
Oh, yeah. And I would go. And since then, I just go, well, who the fuck cares? But
Well, this is where your ego and your lack of humility shows, and why you'll probably end up a drunk in a gutter
I
again.
hope so.
Because you are in denial, you son of a bitch.
Sure. But I absolutely. But I would, like, go to meetings and then the people would be like, you have, like, 2 weeks? And I'd be like, yeah, man, CBD. And then like it started this whole controversy in the area that I would go to meetings where people would be like, no, dude, that's not a thing. Like, so like every meeting I would go, I would have to raise my hand and go, I'm a drunk, but I got 2 weeks clean now, and I use CBD.
I had 5, and now I have 3.
Yeah.
How about you just don't fucking be stupid and do it? And you knew
I did it.
Secretly, you knew it was wrong because you didn't tell your sponsor.
Of course.
So that's the thing. We all know what
Yeah.
we're doing. We're all a little shifty.
Oh yeah.
We all
Big
can
shifter.
be like, oh, who can I keep this from? But now you feel like you've accepted this.
Yeah. It's tough. I don't look at it as like 2 breaks in my sobriety. I just kind of go like,
What do you mean 2 breaks?
or
How
a
many
break.
breaks we got?
I guess a break.
There was never a different one?
No.
Okay, so.
But I just look at more as like, like 2 parts, meaning like before and after. I don't look at it as that. I just go like, yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I've just been trying to do this.
This is like part of your journey, girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
I've been trying not to die for 9
Well,
years.
even though you're a fall down, dirty, lying drunk, kind of secret drunk, not drinking at this moment.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever pick up?
I don't think so, but
You never know.
you never know. Yeah.
I mean, you hang out with Nick. How sober could you remain?
At some point,
I
the
mean-
misery.
Oh, yeah, it does do that.
Here's our first letter of today.
Uh-oh.
Lisa, I've been sober for 2 years and just started dating someone who drinks socially. He's not a problem drinker, but I find myself getting resentful and triggered anyway. Am I being unfair, or is it just one of those your recovery comes first things?
Who is this?
This is Derek, 37, Seattle.
Okay, first of all, clearly they're gays.
Yeah.
Because he's just dating a guy.
That's right.
That's all wrong on that level. I'd drink too if I was taking it in the ass. Wouldn't you, Celia? Yes, she would. Wait a minute. So that is a weird question. Me personally, I've seen it work both ways.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's sober, and his husband drinks like occasionally, and it's no big deal because he's been sober so long, it wouldn't affect him anyway. He's even like, come on, David needs a drink to calm down. But then I would think I would find it hard, and I might be resentful if I couldn't say, in my case, be like, if I can't have cake in the house, I resent the boyfriend for having a cake.
Yeah.
So what do you think as someone who's actually sober and gone through this?
Yeah, and married to a drunk. No, I'm kidding. But I think that there's something wrong with your sobriety if you can't be around alcohol at all. And I think that like if you're being triggered, that's a sign for you to focus on yourself, not for you to judge what the other person is doing. Because if you have good boundaries, you can be in a relationship with anybody.
Right.
Not to say that you should pick a fall down drunk, but it sounds like this guy is pretty socially just having some drinks, and it shouldn't affect you at the level that it does.
Right.
So it's like, before you point the finger,
There's
take a look.
4 more pointing back
That's
at
right.
you.
That's
well,
right.
So the fact there's only 3 more.
Yeah, because you're.
Wait, if you're pointing.
Well, this is a thumb, not a finger.
And the thumb goes right up his ass because he's gay.
That's right.
Wait, so I think it's like when the word resentment comes in, what he resents is that the world can drink.
Yeah.
And he can't.
Right.
Because it's a chemical thing. He cannot drink and live.
Yeah.
So he has to work on his resentment
Yes.
of his life circumstances and the boo-hoo, I can't drink shit. Is
Yes.
that correct? Because it really has nothing to do with the husband.
No, it's like, I mean, yeah, if you can't handle being around it, that's on you, man. Like,
What's the difference between this and someone who's like, hey, I work in a bar.
well, then you're just a fucking idiot.
Okay, so basically there are boundaries.
There's other places to work,
Yeah.
You can work at a coffee
but
shop.
I was trained at American Bartending Academy. I got my certificate.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's is like sort of there are lines that.
Yeah,
it's like
I
just
remember this kid. They were like, "Well, I have to work at this bar because there's music at the bar, and music is my higher power." And I said, "Well,
Girl.
you're a fucking idiot, and you're gonna relapse." Because just like it's like we can build ways to get back to where we want to be and do the shit we want to do.
That's a slip.
And-
That guy, that's a complicated bridge because think about it too. Music, I can't hear it anywhere else but a bar. If there's only a device I could carry with me with headphones that put music directly in my ear, I know
Dude.
I'll go invent one.
I know. Yeah.
Then get to the laboratory and invent one, you dumb cunt. Oh, I hate
Dude,
people.
Heard it all.
Next letter.
Next letter. This is from Kat. She's 33 years old.
Oh, my
And
target group.
She's in Chicago.
Okay.
Dear Lisa, I'm in love with someone who's in early recovery. I want to be supportive, but I don't know where the line is between helping and enabling.
Ugh.
What does a healthy relationship with a sober person actually look like?
I'll tell you what it looks like. No contact until a year sober.
That's right.
Even I know you have to be sober off the drug before you date. So he is breaking a rule.
Yes. And Kat, if you are really into someone that's in early recovery, there's something wrong with you.
Exactly.
So-
And trying to rescue.
Yeah.
Because guess what'll happen? Did you know this whole thing about the victim triangle? My shrink told me about this thing. So somebody makes themselves the victim and there's a triangle at one side. You could be the rescuer or the other side is the villain.
Yeah.
So what happens is Kat is going to rescue this little dopey cocksucker, this oxy addict, I'm imagining, or drinking of the Belvedere.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is. And so she's going to rescue him. She'll be the Madonna for a while where, my, everything you helped me stay sober. And then she'll look askance at him one night when he looks like he's going to take a drink. And then she's the villain.
Yes.
So he gets to just play this little game.
Yeah.
So boyfriend, if you're listening, just put down the pussy
Yeah.
for a year.
Dump the cunt.
Yeah, well, that was a little harsh,
I
but
liked
that's
it.
okay.
That sounds like a
That's
good
your
podcast.
new bumper sticker, I think. Wait, so did you actually wait a year? I mean, you were at the time really gross.
I was
I
fat
can't
as you could
but not
be.
even just that. You're just
I was
gross.
a smelly boy.
I didn't even know you then, but I imagine you were even more heinous
Yeah.
than when I met you.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll
Did
give you a
girls
picture.
actually like you?
Oh, listen, I can be very charming. No, but I remember I was in early sobriety and I bought about 10 triple XL Hawaiian shirts on Amazon. Wore those every day in the winter. And then on the bottom half, I know you were wondering, I was rocking I was rocking linen pants. I dressed like I was going to a luau
Tommy
every day.
Bahama.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, I was just insane, but I was like, I'm gonna be comfortable. Like that was my like line. Oh, I was dealt with a lot of shit. I'm gonna be comfortable now. So I was really walking around all luau'd out every day, and I ended up meeting someone in recovery that was just far more mentally ill than I was.
Okay.
But a nice person, and we had a little relationship, and yeah, she just. It wasn't the right thing for me, but
Wait, so you
through
didn't
it.
wait the year?
No, dude.
You're
I was a
weak.
needy bitch, okay?
You were picked up twice. First
Yeah.
the clam and then the CBD. So no one's perfect, especially
Yes.
you, Mr. Beau McDowell.
That's right.
So yes, this relationship is the one in the letter, doomed as doom can be.
Always.
Step away from the drunk. He should step away from the clam. Next letter.
All right. This is from Aaron in Latchmont, New
Is
York.
it spelled Aaron, Erin, or Aaron?
It's Aaron, Erin.
Ah, chick. Okay,
Yep.
go ahead.
Here we go. Dear Lisa, I got married 7 months ago, and I noticed that my husband is eating and drinking like we're still on our honeymoon.
Ooh.
He's definitely happy, but he's getting fat. Do I say something? Why did my wife write that? I don't like this.
By the way, have you started eating like you have 9 rectums after the honeymoon?
No, but on the honeymoon I did, and
Yeah.
now I'm starting to get a little bit of it under control.
Yeah.
I've been doing a little bit more okay, we're not going to eat our feelings today. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. But yeah, no, I definitely put on a few pounds.
Sure, it makes sense. Well, okay, so what Celia, go
I
ahead.
just had a question.
Oh, yes.
I've seen in TV shows and stuff that people after they stop, they quit whatever it is, could be smoking, drinking, that they eat a lot of sweets.
Yep.
Did that happen to you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Celia, I got to send you old picture of this guy. No, he was so disgusting. And I don't think fat is disgusting. Beau was just
Yes.
a disgusting
Oh, wow.
human.
Yes.
He would eat. Even now, sometimes I'm like, there's grease on your hand, right? He just has no
Sloppy.
awareness of
Yeah.
the broccoli growing out of the face and all that. He's gotten a lot better to eat with.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were just messy.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, sweets, anything. I had a buddy that was obsessed with milkshakes. He put on 50 pounds
Yeah.
just on milkshakes.
Wow.
Dude.
I saw on Shameless, one of Lip, the character, gets sober and he goes to the diner every single
sure.
time after a meeting, and they get every single type of pie.
Well,
Oh,
at
yeah.
the diner, that you always know when there's a sober table.
Yeah.
Because it's always a table, really long table of guys who look almost homeless, but
Yes.
just a cunt hair above homeless.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, those guys are in program.
Yeah.
And it is really a tradition of you go out after.
I think
even
it's so
remember
cute.
It is cute.
It's like bonding,
No, that
we
is
have
nice.
friendships after the meeting too. We all support each other.
Well, I do like
beyond the
that.
meeting.
I used
Yeah.
to go to this meeting for, I guess, CODA in Westport, Connecticut, and afterwards it was like a diner thing.
Yeah.
But then I started going to an Al-Anon in Fairfield, and the women just are so repulsive as humans that all they did was complain at the lunch after about their husbands who are drunks. And I'm like, well, and in my head I'm going, well, why are you with him?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with women who stick with a drunk. That's my limit. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. But I'm like, really? You love him?
Yeah.
How much fun is it living with that guy?
Yeah.
But also, again, they're rescuers.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have no tolerance for anyone that's stuck.
I have no
No
tolerance.
tolerance.
I'm like, get
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
I yelled. There's a woman in my comedy class, my adult class, who I just got sick of her shit. I
Yeah.
like her a lot. She's
Yeah.
so fucking talented. And I got so mad because she's so good, but won't even do an open mic, that I thought I was kidding. But I said to her something like, you really need somatic therapy. I mean, you really got to shake out why you're not moving forward. And she's like my age. I go, if you don't call my fucking coach, don't come back to comedy class.
Yeah.
So he and I get on a Zoom. He goes, oh, by the way, thanks for the referral. I'm like, to who? I forgot.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
goes, to so-and-so. And I go, she called you? He goes, yeah, she told me that you threatened her that you wouldn't let her back in the class. And I go, I don't remember that, but it sounds like me.
I probably would have cried.
Yeah, she didn't. And guess what? She said her life is changing. She's not crediting me. She's just going, I finally had to look at all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like I'm a higher power.
Listen.
But anyway, back
Sorry.
to the subject at hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait, should she? What about his fatness? What's the
He's
question?
definitely happy, but he's getting fat. Do I say something?
he knows.
Yeah.
There's a mirror.
Yeah.
There are pants that aren't quite fitting the way they used to.
Yeah.
I remember thinking when I was overeating and stuff, oh, that's a sign of me not working on something within me, and my coping mechanism is eating. There's something wrong here inside me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Would you? I mean, it's different with women and men. I think if you tell a woman she's getting fat, ooh, it's all over.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's done.
I
Like, because
would-
their
yeah.
self-image is so based on that because of society. What would you do if, say, your wife said to you, Beau, you're putting on a few?
I would probably be like, yeah, I know. I'm very like open about like where I'm at with my eating.
You are.
So she's like, she's almost as like, she'll be like, you actually look good. Like you look, and I'm like, you don't understand. Like
You don't understand. I'm disgusting.
Yeah, I'm way more harsh on myself than she is, and I feel like, you know, women give a lot more of rope with that.
Yeah.
You know, like they're just they're a little bit kinder. But if my wife ever was like struggling with her weight, I would probably never say anything. I would probably ask how she's feeling about like, you know, like life.
Yeah,
like,
so how
are you doing? Like, what's
Right.
going on?
Well, see, your wife, I met her once. She's quite small.
Yeah.
She could gain a few.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's not a person. Ooh, red flag. She got up to a size 4.
Right, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
she's fat. So it's like, I think with women too, like, oh, it's just so tied to their self-worth. A lot of guys are just fat and happy.
Right.
They're a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Ew, she used to call you Beau Bear. I wanted to throw up. I was like, what? Because I remember one day you were so stupid. You forgot. What was it? Valentine's Day or her birthday?
It was our first.
It was your first
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day. She's away on a business trip. I go, so did you send flowers to the hotel?
Yeah.
And you're like, what? What? And I go, dude, that's the move.
Yeah.
Like you're barely dating. You gotta send her the flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I go, I ordered them for you. And I go, what's on the card? And you go, whatever stupid shit you said. And then sign it, Beau Bear. I'm like, I'm going to throw up. Like literally you owe me dinner for this stupid having to type the words Beau Bear. But you just have to do
I got
things
you
different.
tonight.
Yeah, I know. You got me. But yeah, so it is really delicate with male-female shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right. We know we're gaining.
Yes.
And we know it's almost like
No
it would
human
be-
accidentally gains
Yeah,
20
you don't
pounds.
like accidentally fall in a bag of chips head first, you fat fuck. It's so sad. It's almost like if he was self-aware, he could say, honey, I know I'm gaining a little. I'd love to explore what's going wrong with me or what's
Yeah.
going on. But most people have such shame around food and body image stuff that they won't say that.
Yeah. And I also grew up with the mom that like if I gained any weight, like she would like pull my shirt up
Oh,
and like touch my belly in front of my friends, be like, "Ooh, look, he's putting on some pounds." So like
wow.
like if someone's going to be like, "Hey, you're putting on weight." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well,
I
so
get it,
my
man.
advice to them is that she should divorce him
Yes.
because he's getting fat
Yes.
and it's going to get
It's
worse.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
How
No one
dare
likes
he?
that. Beau, thank you so much for being a guest today. Are you happy you came in?
I'm thrilled.
Are you so happy you're going to stay for a second episode because we got to literally none of the questions I had prepared for you?
Sure. let's
No,
do
literally,
it.
all I wanted to do was talk about like relationships after
yeah,
and
yeah.
during sobriety and things. So stick around. Beau, where can they find you once again?
At Beau McDowell Comedy. Beau is spelled Beau.
Ew. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, all right, this asshole, I'm a big fan of weddings. Well, when Beau got married last year, sadly, I already had plans. No, I really did.
Yeah.
I was pissed that I couldn't go, but it was something. It was kind of, you got married last minute, even though she's not even knocked up.
I know.
So it was volunteer for you to be this stupid. So I get the frickin' invitation, and they used their formal names.
Yeah.
I almost threw up. This pretentious white cunt parents of yours named you. Listen to this name, Celia.
I put him in security. I know it.
It's horrible. Go ahead, say it.
James de Beau McDowell.
Okay.
I like it.
No, it's fucking stupid, and I'll tell you why. Because they're white trash, living in Wilton, Connecticut, above their means, don't got a pot to piss in, and they named themselves after a French fag, kind of like a salad dressing.
That's right.
That's what it sounds like. It's
We're
dumb.
royalty.
Yeah, you really are the royalty of Wilton.
It kind of sounds like one of my like Southern guy friends' names. Like they would be named that.
I know.
Yeah.
And they actually probably have some breeding and money, unlike the lowlifes who raised him.
Oh no.
No, it's not sad.
I'm gonna move down to Louisiana.
They're fine, folks. Beau de Beaujolais.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? De Beaujolais?
It's de Beaujeu.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
Well, find him or don't at Beau McDowell Comedy. And listen, I'm going to have to do Nick's job, which I hate. Thank you for listening.
Do you want me to do it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, wait. Thanks for listening. Oh, I'm so insincere. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, Beau. Ew, that felt worse. I didn't mean either.
don't feel thanked.
Okay, if you want, send us a letter to shrinkthisshow@gmail.com. Also, make sure to follow me at Lisa Lampanelli and listen to the podcast on the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcasts. Bitch! Oh, f*** you.